Okay, so this the homework question was uh, this, right? Triple integral over region T root x square plus y square plus z square dv. Okay, and the region is defined as a sphere. Okay, which is x square plus y square plus z square less than or equal to 1. Okay, so as we have seen in the previous class that in spherical coordinate system, instead of using dz, dy, dx, we can use d rho, d phi, and d theta. Okay, that we already seen. Now, to crack this question, the given region is x square plus y square plus z square less than or equal to 1. Okay, so like we know the order. We know the order. What is the order for the integral?
D phi, yeah, d rho d phi d theta.
D rho, d phi, and d theta, right? That's the order. So the very first job is to find out the range of phi, a range of rho, right? So we have to go for rho simple first, isn't it? What is R3 simple here?
Okay.
That's rho simple. Okay. So for spherical coordinate system, that order is same. That is d rho, d phi, and d theta. Okay, you can change like d theta and d phi. You can switch that, but the d rho has to be the first variable to be integrated. Okay, so now what is our first job to simplify the region is to draw the region, isn't it? To draw the region, right? So to find out the range of rho here, I'll give you the step. Like that's very important. You can set x is equal to 0 and draw the trace of the surface on yz plane. Okay, if you set x is equal to 0, are you getting that? If you set x is equal to 0 for this region, right, what I'm telling you, draw the trace of this surface on yz plane, right? So if suppose you draw uh, the trace of that surface on yz plane, so the surface is x square plus y square plus z square less than or equal to 1. If you set x is equal to 0, okay, what would be the equation now? Y square plus z square less than or equal to
Plus
1, right?
hmm,
So what is that? What is y square plus z square
the
less than or equal to
circle,
1? That's a circle. No, that's a disk. Okay,
inner region of the.
yeah, that's a disk. Okay, this one equation gives you the region, the idea of region here. So y square plus z square less than or equal to 1 is a disk, okay, whose center is at origin and radius 1. Okay,
Yeah, one.
so this is the disk. Now in this, see what is the angle between y and z basically. Like, do you remember the spherical coordinate when we were discussing about the spherical coordinate system? What was the angle we took between y and z?
5/2.
Phi.
Phi. Very good.
Yeah, but like
No, that was phi. Okay, the angle between y and z was phi. What would be the angle here? Like you see, for phi simple as well as rho simple. Okay, the very next step is phi simple. So for phi simple and rho simple, we have to draw a trace of the surface on yz plane. That will give you the idea about the range of rho. Okay, the lower and upper limit of rho and the lower and upper limit of phi. So like what would be the range of phi here? What would be the lower limit of phi and the upper limit of phi?
0 to 2 pi.
0 to,
Hmm.
no, no, 0 to, yeah, 0 to 1 for row, isn't it? 0 to 1 for row.
Yeah, you asked 5, sir.
Yeah, that, see, for row it is 0 to 1, okay, and for phi you said 0 to pi. That's absolutely correct. Okay, fine. See, we take this angle only.
Yeah, but when we say 0 to pi,
Hmm.
yeah. So why do we say only that much?
See, because in this, the range of phi has to be from 0 to pi only. We saw in this diagram that the range of phi, that has to be 0 to pi. If you go in the opposite direction, again, the angle would be between, you know, OP and Z axis. That will be again between 0 and pi. See, look at the diagram here. If you go in opposite
Yeah,
direction, like this is the, suppose the point on the sphere, then again the angle between Z and that line OP prime, that would be again between 0 and pi. So that's the whole idea when I explained this spherical coordinate system. The pi has to be between 0 and pi,
got it.
and theta has to be between 0 and 2 pi. Okay, because that
Got
eventually the angle between Z and that line will be between 0 and pi. Okay.
because the wedge can be anywhere. That is why theta is
Yes,
between 0 to 2 pi. Because
yes,
that,
yes, yes.
yeah, it can
So
be around the whole. It can be around the z axis or anywhere.
yeah. So to figure out
Got it. Got it.
the lower and upper limit of theta, okay, we'll draw the trace of the surface on xy plane. So to draw the trace of the surface on xy plane, which variable has to be kept zero?
Z, right?
Yeah,
So,
z is equal to zero. Okay. So when we put z is equal to zero in the given surface, our surface would be x square plus y square less than or equal to 1. This is again a disk, okay, whose center is at 0, 0, and radius 1. Okay, in this case the angle is from 0 to 2 pi. So the lower and upper limit of theta is from 0 to 2 pi. Okay. So once we found all these, like the limit of the integral, we can set up the integral here. Okay. Hmm? Did you understand this? One more thing, like if you want to simplify for rho, you can directly use this equation to simplify for rho, because we know that x square plus y square plus z square is nothing but a rho square, right? For the
but
square, yeah.
yeah.
So rho square less than or equal to
So
1,
right,
so
so
rho less than
explanation.
1.
Right?
Sorry.
Right now we are doing these steps only for explanation, right? Because if we already know
Hmm.
that five between 0 to pi and
No,
theta
no,
is
no, no,
between
no, no.
0 to
So
2
no, no,
pi.
no, 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 no. That, see, we may have a surface, the different surface. Like for this surface, for this particular surface, since this is a sphere of radius less than or equal to 1, that's
Hmm.
right. For this particular surface, the angle is going from 0 to pi. If suppose this has cone and the, what I explained you, like a ice cream cone and the sphere on it, so in that case the angle would be different.
Hmm.
Okay, so based on what reason is given in the question, we have to figure out these, the upper and
Hmm.
the lower limit of the integral. Okay, we'll just see that question in the very
Okay.
next
And
question.
cone with sphere on it is not one equation, right? It'll be a set of equations.
Yeah, it will be a set of
Or is it
equation.
one equation?
Yeah, no, 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 definitely set of equation.
Okay.
There
Okay.
will be two different equation for cone and sphere, so that will define your region basically. Okay, so that will just say in the next question. So as we seen, the rho square is less than or equal to 1, because x square plus y square plus z square is equal to rho square, and rho is the radius of the sphere that has to be greater than or equal to 0, right? So the lower and upper limit of rho is 0 and 1. Fine. So now let's set up the triple integral here to figure out the given triple integral. So the question was root x square plus y square plus z square. Do you have question with you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the order of integration?
D rho d phi d theta.
D rho d phi d theta. Did we miss anything here? Since we have converted the rectangular coordinate system to spherical coordinate system, there is some values that need to be written before this d rho. What is that? Some expression, some term that has
Uh,
to be there.
Rho square sine.
Very good. Rho square sine phi. Okay.
Yeah.
As we have
Yeah.
see, once we convert from rectangular to polar, we use r, right? We include r dr d theta. Similarly, like we have already went through this explanation why we got rho square sine phi, isn't it? So that
Yeah.
has to be there with this.
Yeah.
So what would be the first the variable for the integral here? That's rho. Okay. So the inner integral must be rho is equal to, what's the range here? 0 to 1, right? The next is phi is equal to 0 to pi, and theta is equal to 0 to 2 pi. Do we have to change anything else here?
So these are the limit spheres, right? Apart from the radius, which might differ. So
Hmm.
this limit style is for all spheres.
Yeah, this is for this is same for all sphere basically. Okay, the radius may be different.
Yeah, like how for circle.
Like
Yeah,
rho is going
apart
from
from the
0 to
radius,
1,
the other
that may differ.
can go because yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now the question was, is there anything need to be done with this expression, or we can start integrating right away?
We need to make x square y x square, all that needs to become rho and
See, this has x, y, and
Rho
z.
square.
Okay, this is the old coordinate system. That was the this is the rectangular coordinate system, right?
yeah.
That has to
So
be
it will
converted
become
into the
rho
spherical
square.
coordinate system.
Yeah.
So x square plus y square plus z square is equal to rho square, isn't it? That
Square
is
sine square phi cos square phi plus
no,
rho
no, don't
square
don't do
sine
that. Huh?
square phi
Don't
sine
do
square.
that. No need to do that. Actually, see, uh, if
Okay.
you do that, what you are saying, see, the equation of the sphere is x square plus y square plus z square, that is equal to rho square. So based on this idea only, I have written all these coordinates x, y, and z. Okay. So if you do that, you will definitely get
So
rho
directly
square.
rho
Yeah,
directly.
yeah. That's the
Got it.
equation of sphere. Okay. So x square plus y square plus z square is equal to rho square, and if you like apply the square root, it will come out as rho, just rho. Okay, so you can remove all these term and replace it with just rho. Did you understand that? You can provide the reason here
Yeah.
that x square plus y square plus z square is equal to rho square. Okay, now I think you can definitely crack this integration. Okay, if you would have used the rectangular coordinate system, it would be like hell. We are not able to do that. Now please complete this.
So can the answer be negative?
No, no.
No.
No,
Pi.
you can check your working from screen.
What is the yeah, pi? I got pi.
Minus one, minus two, and minus would cancel out. 1/2 d theta. So 1/2 theta 0 to 2 pi. So the answer is pi. Yeah, Mano was
Yeah,
saying
pi.
answer. You got pi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you,
Yeah.
Sean?
No, I made the sign mistake. First of all.
You might have done the mistake here. Cos phi, like
Yeah.
minus one, minus one. Okay. Now, let me put up the next question here. Was it difficult?
Not really.
By dv, and the region is bounded by z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square and xy plane. Okay. So in this question, the reason is g is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square. What is that?
Bullet shape.
Hmm? What is this?
I think we'll get that bullet shaped
Bullet. Sphere, no? If you
that
square.
shape.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The positive part you are saying it might be.
Mm,
So, see, if you square on both
yeah.
sides, yeah, I understood. I think your logic. You might be saying the half sphere, right? The hemisphere, maybe. If you square on both sides, we can understand.
But the
Huh.
if it is x and y, it's like I'm saying this. So that's it's like this.
No, no.
When
See,
do we? How do we know when to? Because I had this doubt with previous chapters also.
hmm,
Not always did we like we did not square like we had many equations like this, but
hmm.
we didn't always then try to adjust it.
Yeah, yeah. See, why I'm squaring here, because to understand the equation in better way. Because if you square both sides, you will think like this is a sphere, right? This is a sphere. But the original equation is z
Hmm.
is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square, means this is positive, right?
Hmm.
Positive z value. So we are just taking the hemisphere, not the whole sphere. Are you getting that? The part which is above xy plane,
Hmm.
right? So to understand the equation, I square both sides, but I'm just taking this equation only into consideration. Z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square. Okay, that's the hemisphere. Are you getting that? Because z
Oh,
is
okay.
positive,
Yeah, understood.
right? That's the
Hmm.
hemisphere. Okay, now the very first thing is we have to draw the region, right? We have to understand what would be the row simple here, right? What would be the row simple? So to find out row simple, what we do, we set x is equal to 0. Okay, that's the idea where you can
Hmm.
find out row simple as well as phi simple by setting x is equal to 0, right? See what is, see in row simple what we find out, we find out the lower and upper interval for row, right? So if you just take the trace of the surface on yz plane, right? So you will understand what would be the lower and upper interval for rho, right? What would be the radius of the hemisphere going from, like it would be from 0 to what, right? So that we can
Hmm.
understand by drawing the trace of the surface on yc plane. So if you set x is equal to 0, so z is equal to root 1 minus y square. Okay. So z is equal to root 1 minus y square is, it's a what? It's a semicircle, isn't it?
Hmm.
Now can you understand this? Like I was explaining in terms of hemisphere. Now the trace of this surface on yz plane is semicircle, right? With radius 1 and center at 0 0. See, we are just taking the positive part of this semicircle, right? Because z is equal to plus root 1 minus y square. Make sense?
Yeah.
Are you with me here? Okay. So,
Yeah.
okay. So what is the lower and upper interval for rho here? It's going from 0 to
0 to 1.
1. Okay.
1.
It's going from 0 to 1. And as I told you, to find out the phi simple, we have to refer the same diagram. So what would be the phi? Now here the phi has different intervals. That's going from 0 to what? 0 to, it's, see the
5.
angle, yeah, pi by 2. No, it's not pi. It's pi by 2. Are you getting that? See, it's going from 0 to pi by 2. We don't have the whole circle here. Okay, it's just the positive part of the hemisphere, because the equation, the reason was z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square. Are you getting that? So we just have hemisphere above xy plane,
Hmm.
so you can understand the the t region bound by z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square and xy plane. Okay, so obviously the xy plane is here, z. So we are taking the positive z values, right? Z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square. So if you square, you will get the whole sphere. See, I squared this because you should understand the nature of the equation. That's the sphere. But we are not taking the whole sphere into consideration, because we are giving z is equal to root 1 minus x square minus y square. So that's the hemisphere, just hemisphere. Are you getting that? It's not the full sphere, right? So if it is hemisphere, so the phi is going from 0 to just pi by 2. See, what is phi? Phi is the angle made by the line OP with z axis. So it is going from 0 to pi by 2. So to understand this, I have given you the method, that is set x is equal to 0, and you just draw the trace of the surface on xyz plane, right? Once you draw the trace of the surface on yz plane, you will definitely understand the rho and phi in this case. So phi is going from what? 0 to pi by 2. Did you understand this?
5. Yeah.
Okay. Now what about theta simple? To understand theta simple, what we do? We set,
So 0 to pi.
no, we set z is equal to, see, you can understand from that diagram only, that from hemisphere only, it's going from 0 to 2 pi. See, what is the, see, you either you follow the method, or you just have a proper diagram, proper reason in your head. Are you, see, this is hemisphere. Are you getting that? This is hemisphere whose center is at origin.
Yeah. Got it. Got it.
Let me draw that, the
Yeah.
region here. That's why, see, we cannot draw a region every time. We cannot draw the region every single time. So that's why I
Yeah.
explain you the method, the process at least. See, if this is the xyz plane, what is my region here? How would I draw that? That's
Yeah. I
hemisphere.
got it.
You
It's,
got it, no?
it's
Sure, no?
this.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, that's the hemisphere. Very good.
So
Let me let
basically,
me
when we
let me
so it was
maximize
from
that.
0 to 2 pi.
Yeah, let me maximize. Yeah, 0 to, so the, what is theta? See, theta is the angle between the,
Theta is this. Theta
yeah,
is this.
yeah,
Around
definitely.
z,
Yeah,
basically.
around,
Now I got it. Yeah.
yeah,
Theta is around z.
yeah, very good. So that's from 0 to 2 pi,
Okay.
and the pi is going from 0 to 5. Phi is going from 0 to pi. and rho is going from 0 to 1. You don't understand that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
So I'll draw uh, the trace of the surface on xy plane, and that's the full circle. Okay, it's going from 0 to 2 pi. So theta is going from 0 to 2 pi. Now, can we set up the triple integral now? Have you written down the question?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have function as y here in this case. So we have to take everything into account here. See the triple integral, yeah, so we have to write one expression which is rho square sine phi d rho d phi d theta, and rho is going from 0 to 1, phi is going from 0 to pi by 2, and theta is going from 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Hmm. And what is y in spherical coordinate system? What was y?
Rho, rho sine phi sine theta.
Very good. So rho sine phi sine theta. Okay. So this is the setup for this integral. Now, uh, just find it out. You can switch the order anytime. Like for phi and theta, here we have to integrate with respect to phi at this moment. So, okay. So what is the integration of sine square phi? That can be converted into 1 minus
We
cos
need to
2 phi upon 2, right?
uh,
So 1 over 8, 1 minus cos 2 phi. So phi minus cos. What is the integration of cos 2 phi? That's sine 2 phi upon 2, 0 to pi by 2 d theta. Sine theta is also there. So sine theta d theta. So 0 to 2 pi, 1 over 8 pi by 2 minus sine pi 0, 0. That's fine. Sine theta d theta. So we got pi by 16 outside. The integration of sine theta is minus cos theta, 0 to 2 pi, pi by 16 minus cos 2 pi minus of minus cos 0. So cos 0 minus cos 2 pi is 1 minus 1 0. So 0. Was it expected?
0 minus cos theta.
Why did we get 0 here? Mano, did you got 0?
Minus cos.
You can refer the yours like statements here.
Yeah, minus cos 2 pi plus cos 0 is 0.
0.
Yeah,
Perfect.
0.
So was it
Well,
expected? Why we got 0? Is it mass, volume, or what? Is there anything else from mass and volume? So we have hemisphere. We got the integration at 0. Was it expected? Yes. See, no. Yeah, definitely, because see, we are just simplifying this integration. In question, they have not said to find out mass or volume of that particular region. They have not said that we have to find out the mass or volume. We are not said that we have to find the volume in this case, right? Volume could not be 0, but the integration can be 0, right? Because of the symmetry, the region cancel each other. You remember that, like, the area under the curve, if it goes from positive to negative with the equal area, they cancel each other, right? But when we have to find out the total area, we just put up the mod around the expression, right? So here, because of the symmetry nature, we are getting the triple integration as 0 in this case. If suppose in question if they would have asked to find out the volume in this case, then definitely we have to do some manipulation at the end, where see we are integrating over this expression from 0 to 2 pi, right? So in that case, this makes this 0, right? This 0 to 2 pi makes this 0. So definitely we can like change this integration into 0 to pi. You can take 2 outside, right? That will give you the half part of that volume, and you multiplying it by 2 to get the full volume of this hemisphere. Are you getting that? Are you getting that idea? If you are getting 0, see, by looking at the expression, it will definitely tell you that you are going to get 0 here, right? So in that case, we have to just convert this the last integral into this format. If it is still 0 because of the symmetry, what else we can do? We can again make this as 0 to pi by 2 and 4 outside. Okay, see why we are getting 0? Because of positive and negative and the symmetry nature, right? They cancel each other, right? But if suppose we have to find out volume, volume can't be 0, area can't be 0, volume can't be 0, right? So in that case, we have to do some changes as far as the limit of the integral is concerned. Like it's going from 0 to 2 pi. Because of this limit, we are getting 0. So we should have converted into 0 to pi 2 outside. This is definitely the property of definite integration. If it is still 0, then we have to do this. Are you getting the idea here? Okay. Son, is it clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, uh, let me put up the next
By a factor
question.
of 2 only.
Sorry.
Let's say 4.
Hmm.
The adjustment is by factor of 2 only, or do we do that for convenience?
No, see,
Let's say
because
even this is not even.
see, symmetry will
Can we
have.
make it 8 and then by 4?
No. See,
8
basically,
and then 0 to
symmetry
pi
will
by 4.
definitely involve even number, right? Symmetry will definitely involve the even number, like this two. It was 2 pi, right? How do I remember this? this property, if we have 0 to 2 pi, I'll take two outside. See, I'll take two. This is not the exact explanation. See, because of the symmetry, I just take two outside here before the integration sign. And similarly, like if you do that way, if you multiply, you'll definitely get the 2 pi. So this is based on the symmetry nature of the region we are getting 0. So that has to be converted into. See, if you integrate this sine graph from 0 to 2 pi, okay, what would be the integration here?
Yeah, would be zero. Yeah, yeah. No, I got the logic. I'm just saying
Hmm, yeah.
if this was, let's say, 4 also didn't work. Let's say we got 0 again. We would make it 8 to 0 to
Yes, yes,
pi
yes,
by
yes,
4, right?
yes,
This will give
yes.
us 0, obviously. I got the logic. I got the thing.
Okay,
Why it is
fine.
0 always.
So if this is 0, then again we'll
Yeah.
again bifurcate that region into two equal
So we take
halves.
more. Yeah. In this sign case, we would have taken more than multiplied 2.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We would
yeah,
have made it 0 to pi by 2 multiplied 2. That's the same way.
yeah.
Got that.
Okay. So now let me put up the next question. That's triple integration t x z dv, the region t solid bound by x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 4, and z is equal to root x square plus y square. Okay, so now here comes where we can see the shape of ice cream if you consider these two equations together. See, what is x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 4? That's definitely be a sphere, right?
Yeah.
And what is z is equal to root x square plus y square? That's a cone. Okay, that's the cone. You can draw this parallelly on your system. That's a cone. Okay, now we'll see them one by one. Now we know the order, right? We know the order of integration. We have to solve for this row simple first. Okay, for row simple, what variable has to be put 0?
X.
X. So x is equal to 0. See, once you understand the concept, understand the process also. Okay, learn the process also, because that's useful. So when we put x is equal to 0, the equation become y square plus z square is equal to 4, right? That's a sphere. Now that's a circle, right? So let me draw the circle. Or suppose we put x is equal to 0 for cone, what we get? Z is equal to root y square. Okay, do you remember this equation? Z is equal to root y square, like I think in the previous class we did that. So this is y. Okay, so y square plus z square is equal to 4. That's the whole circle, right? With radius 2, center at 0 0, right?
Hmm.
Radius 2. Now bound by, we are finding out the region bound by these two, sphere and cone. So I'm just taking the first half of the sphere, that's the semicircle. First half of the circle, that's the semicircle basically, because we know that z is equal to plus minus y, isn't it? Z is equal to root y square is nothing but z is equal to plus minus y. If you draw
So we can.
that, you will get this, right?
Hmm.
Is it giving you the sense of ice cream cone here? Since this is just a trace of the sphere, the surface on YZ plane, it's go around like this, around Z axis, right? So isn't it a the the ice cream cone? Are you getting that?
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
So now, what is the region bound by this circle, or we can say sphere, and this cone? What is the region bound? This circle and this equation. That's this, right? So this will definitely give us the idea of rho, rho simple, as well as phi simple. Okay. Now let me know the lower and upper interval of rho and phi in this case. See, this is a circular
The
region, right?
0 to 2, right?
Yeah. So that's a circular region. It's going from 0 to 2, right? Now what about phi?
Yeah.
Manav, what about phi? Since the equation of this line is z is equal to plus y, this is z is equal to minus y. So what's the range of phi in this case?
0 to pi by 2.
Are you sure? Pi by 2. See, we need to find out this angle basically. Okay, 0 to what?
Pi by 4.
Pi by 4. Hmm?
Yeah.
Pi by 4, no? That's going from 0 to pi by
Mm.
4. See, because z is equal to y is like that behave as y is equal to x. Do you remember that? And the angle is like tan inverse,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right? Z over y, and z is equal to plus y. So tan inverse y upon y1, which is pi by 4. So 0 to pi by 4. Make sense? Okay. Don't
Yeah.
confuse, like we should take this part also. It going to be covered when you take 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Now what is
Got it.
theta
Oh, yeah,
simple?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What is theta simple?
0 to 2.
Yeah. Now here there is a like little catch, because if you go for drawing like the setting z is equal to 0 to draw the trace of the surface on xy plane, like if you set z is equal to 0, are you getting what you are going to get here? X square plus y square is equal to 4. Okay, don't take this, because if you take z is equal to 0, that would be x square plus y square is equal to 0. That's just a point. That's the origin, right? Basically what we do, if you have to draw the like surface, the intersection of the surface on xy plane, what we basically do, we find out the level curve, isn't it? The level curve of two surfaces, right? So when they intersect, like you can definitely imagine the the level curve is going to be circle, which can be projected on xy plane. Are you getting that? Like it's going the cone. We know that a lot of times we ate ice cream, so we know that the intersection of cone and the sphere is just circle, and that would be projected on xy plane, and that would give you the level curve on xy plane. That's a circle in this case, right? So the theta is going from 0 to what? That's the complete circle, so it's 0 to 2,
Hmm.
right? Now let's set up the triple integral here. That's rho is equal to 0 to 2, phi is equal to 0 to what was pi by 4, and theta is equal to 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so we know this expression that has to be there, rho square sine phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay, now what was the function given in this question? X and z. So what is x and what is
XZ.
z?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is x and what is z in spherical coordinate system?
Rho square
See, x was rho sine
sine
phi
phi cos.
cos theta. This is x, and z is rho cos phi. Okay. Later you can like take the terms together, and we can simplify this. Okay. So, what answer do you expect here? We are not figuring out volume or anything
So
else.
can you, can you re-explain how you got this?
Which one?
The
This part?
so
This one?
inside the yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
this is x. See, we have to write x and z here, right? That's the given function in the question. But
Hmm.
since we are integrating with respect to phi, theta, and rho, we have changed the variable here, right? So this x and z no
Yeah.
longer exist in this. They has to be converted into a spherical coordinate system. So therefore, x is equal to rho sine phi cos theta. That is like, do you remember the expression
Yeah.
we have
So
initially done
I
with that?
understood that. So,
Hmm.
so why is it X?
That
Why,
that is the question, Bala.
why is it xz?
Yeah, sorry. My
That's
bad.
the question.
I
That's the
forgot that.
question.
Yeah, I forgot that. Sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Understood. Yeah.
Okay. So, what answer do you expect here? Like you got the reason. That's the symmetry about cx is like what answer do you expect? We are not finding out volume here. We are not finding out mass even. What answer would be there? We are integrating with from 0 to 2 pi. That has to be 0, isn't it?
Hmm.
That has to be 0 because of the symmetry nature. It's going from positive negative. They cancel each other. We get 0, right? So you can check that later. I know the answer. It has to be 0. Okay. Now I'm giving you one question here, which is like about, okay, same question. Let's practice few more. I'm very excited to enter into new topic, that's Jacobian. It's very interesting actually, but we have
What is
three
it called?
questions. Jacobian, Jacobian, Jacobian. I renamed this Jacobian actually. Okay, let me put up the next question on this. We have to find out the volume of solid bound by z is equal to 2 and z is equal to root x square plus y square. Please set up the triple integral here for me. We have to find out volume in this case. What is z is equal to root x square plus y square?
It's a cone.
Cone.
Lisa, okay.
Cone.
No, no, it's a cone.
Yeah.
We just saw in the previous question. It's a
Hmm.
cone. So, like, uh, to find out rho simple, okay, that's the first job we have to do for the triple integration, right? For rho simple, what we do, we set x is equal to 0. So if you set x is equal to 0, z will be like z is equal to root y
Y.
square. We know that like this is z is equal to plus minus y, isn't it? So if we draw the region
Hmm.
on yz plane, okay, that
Again,
would
we'll
be
get
like
the
this,
yeah.
okay. And what is next equation? Like what's the second one? That's z is equal to 2.
Equal
The region bound
two.
by these two equations.
So it's
So z is equal to 2
yeah.
is, let's say this is 2. So this is z is equal
Hmm.
to. 2. Now, can you imagine the reason here?
So we get a cone.
Yeah, we'll get
Yeah,
a cone.
cone.
Okay. So, yeah, so this row simple will be like, what would be the row simple? That's interesting question now. What would be the row simple? This is going from 0 to this surface, right? Isn't it? See, row is going from 0 to this surface out here. Okay. So what is that? That's z is equal to 2. But that has to be converted into row. What is z in spherical coordinate system?
Hmm.
Rho cos phi, if I am not wrong.
Yeah,
Rho cos
cos
phi.
phi is 2.
So rho cos phi is equal to 2. So rho is equal to 2 over cos phi. We know that we are going to integrate with respect to rho, phi and theta consecutively, right? So
Hmm.
it should not have g, x, y anymore in this expression. So that rho can be like written as 2 sec phi as a upper limit of this. Okay. Now what is phi simple? Now you can answer. I know that. What would be phi simple here?
So 0 to pi by
0 to, see, the angle is like, see, this is z is equal to y, isn't it? Z is equal to y. So the angle is
So
between
pi by
0 to pi by 4. It's not that hard. Please
yeah,
understand this properly.
So I said that.
You said pi by 4,
yeah,
no?
got it,
Okay.
got it.
Okay. What is theta simple here? So to figure out theta simple, you always think for level curve.
0 to 2.
0 to 2 pi. Very good.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we can definitely set up the integral and we have to find out volume here. So volume is 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 4. Always write the variable, and rho is equal to 0 to 2 sec phi. And yeah, for volume what we do, we just write 1, isn't it? Do you remember that? We integrate over region, and for volume we simply write 1 as a function here. So rho square sine phi d phi d theta. Okay. See, if you integrate this directly from this, like without knowing the the consequences of theta having 0 to 2 pi, you will get 0, isn't it? You will get 0 because
Yeah.
it is going from 0 to 2 pi. Because of symmetry, the integration that would cancel each other, right? So therefore, that has to
So
be
we take
converted
2 and
into
then
0 to
0 to pi by
pi,
2.
2 outside, 2 as a coefficient multiply, and the integration will be from 0 to 2. Okay, so that can be done like later. You first simplify the with respect to rho, with respect to phi,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
then you can do that later, but have that idea in your head, because if you do directly integrate the this, you solve this triple integration, you integrate this, you will definitely get 0. Since in this question you have to find out volume, the volume should not be 0. Are you getting that? Make sense? Are you with me here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now let me give you the homework question. This is also like the homework one. Okay. Now let's move to the next type of question. See, I'm giving you the answer here, that is pi by 3. Okay, right? You can do that like homework.
Yeah.
Now the next question is, find mass of above solid where mass density proportional to the square of the distance from origin. Okay, now first let's define the mass density function here. What would be the mass? There is a clash between variable. We have been using rho for like for denoting the radius of the sphere. Now mass density function has to be defined with some other variable. Let's say sigma. Okay, so sigma x comma y comma z. So what would be the mass density function here from the given condition? It's a proportional to the
KR.
square of the distance from origin. Yeah.
Hmm.
KR square. KR square. KR square.
K rho square.
K rho
Yeah,
square
whatever the appropriate number.
radius. Yeah,
Yeah,
fine. K rho square.
yeah.
Okay. So okay, fine. Now, so the mass of the above solid will be 0 to 2 pi, 0 to pi by 4. We know all this on like the limit 0 rho to 0 to 2 sec phi. Okay. If we are finding out mass, we should write mass density function just after this, right? So that is K rho square sine phi d rho d phi d theta, isn't it?
Hmm.
Okay. Now, can you guess the center of mass here? Where the center of mass of this solid may present? Do you remember the diagram of this the region? That's
The bot,
this.
like, the line, this thing,
I
y
want
equal to
axis. On
whatever
which
2,
axis the center of mass will lie?
and
Z axis, right? It
that
will lie
axis
on
point
Z,
to, yeah.
definitely. So on Z axis, because of symmetry, right? Center of mass lie
Hmm.
on Z axis. So X bar and Y bar, Z bar we are interested in. So X bar is 0, Y bar is 0. We just have to find out Z bar, right? And what is Z bar? Z bar is mxy, the first moment of mass about Z axis upon mass. Okay.
M. Yeah.
So what is mxy? The same setup
And
with extra Z, right? With extra Z in the expression. And what is Z? Since that the rectangular coordinate system has to be converted into a spherical coordinate system. So what would be Z?
Rho cos. Rho
Rho
cos phi.
cos phi, right? Any doubt here so far?
Yeah.
It's going from 0 to 2 sec phi, 0 to pi by 4, 0 to 2 pi. Okay, I give you the answer here. That's 16 pi k. These are the homework question. Remember, 16 pi k. Okay, this is Z, and Z bar would be like mxy upon m. So 16 pi k upon 48 pi k upon 5, which is 5 by 3. Okay, have I given you the answer for the mass? That would be 48 by k upon 5. Okay, this should be the answer. If you are finding out mass or volume, you have to adjust. If you get 0 as answer, you have to like adjust the limit of the integral. Okay, any doubt so far?
No.
Okay. Now this is the last question I'm putting up here from this topic, and this has to be done right now. Use
Yeah.
spherical coordinate to find the volume of solid that lies above the cone z is equal to root x square plus y square, and below the sphere x square plus y square plus z square is equal to c. Okay, this is the question. Please do this. The very first step is to simplify R3 simple. Find out the lower and upper interval for rho and phi by setting x is equal to 0, and by setting c is equal to 0, find out the range of theta by considering the level curve.
We'll take row first.
Sorry, rho simple.
Yeah. Hmm. So.
So do you know it's y square plus z square equal to z?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I knew that
It's
you will
a
stuck there.
it's a cylinder.
No, it's not cylinder.
Cylinder.
No, no, no. It's not cylinder. See, for rho simple,
All.
we set x is equal to 0, and we will get this equation, right? X y square plus z square is equal to z. What is that? That's not cylinder. The question is, what is that? Okay, I knew that, like, you may be stuck in this. See, we'll do this y square plus z square minus z is equal to 0. This is not new for us, right? We have already done this. Z square minus z plus 1 over 4. I have added the third term. Okay, I'm completing the square here. So y square plus z minus 1 over 2 the whole square is equal to 1 over 2 the whole square. What is this? You are still not getting what is this?
Translated.
Yeah.
This is
It is.
circle. This is circle, dude.
Circle, yeah, yeah.
This is circle with radius half and center center
Uh, half comma zero.
0 comma half.
No, wait. Zero comma half. Right.
Okay. Now please draw the region here on YZ plane. So that's a circle. Why we are taking this? Because the very next surface is sphere. Okay. No, sorry, this is not the reason. The reason is center at 0 half. So this is the reason. Okay. Center is at half, 0 half, and radius half.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's half. This is one. Okay. Now, what is row simple? Can you find out row simple here? What
You
was
need
the
to draw
equation?
the plus and I.
See, this is the equation, no? X square plus y square plus z square is equal to z, right? This was the equation, isn't it? So, what is x
Yeah.
square plus y square plus
So
z
we get
square?
z is equal to root y square, and then
X square plus y.
Square.
No, understand.
y square
This is
plus
rho
z square
square, and what
is
is z in the spherical coordinate system?
Okay. Yeah.
What is z in the spherical coordinate system? That rho cos phi, right?
rho cos phi.
Yeah. So this will give you rho is equal to just cos phi. So it's going from 0 to cos phi. Okay. So the range of the interval of rho is from 0 to cos phi. Yeah. And what about phi? To draw the to understand phi, we have to draw the complete region here. The other region is z is equal to root x square plus y square. That's cone, right? That's cone, isn't it? See, the second surface is z is equal to root x square plus y square. When you set x is equal to 0, that's z is equal to root y square. So we know that how to draw that. Z is equal to plus minus root y, isn't it? So this is this one, right? So
Yeah.
what is phi in this case?
5/4.
Pi by 4. Perfect. So phi is going from 0 to pi by 4.
Yeah.
What about theta? Now you got the region. What is region here? See, this is the region, isn't it? Please hit it. Yes, you've understood this. See, that is the region. The
Yeah.
region between sphere and this cone, right? So what is the level curve? That's the intersection of these two surfaces.
Y
That's nothing but the circle. So if you got full circle, you can definitely write the theta simple here, isn't it? Should I draw the level curve on xy plane? You
yes.
understood that that's the circle.
Got it.
Okay. So when we set up the triple integral here, we have to find out volume. So we write v is equal to. So it's go theta goes from 0 to 2 pi, phi goes from 0 to pi by 4, and rho goes from 0 to cos phi. Okay. To find out volume, what we do, what function we should write?
1.
1. Very
One.
good.
Yeah.
So 1, and then rho square sine phi d rho d phi d theta. Okay. Now please integrate this and let me know the answer. For your understanding, I'm drawing the region here. Like if I refer this book with you, you should understand that. This is exactly like a ice cream.
Yeah. Okay.
If you find like if anything missed from your side while listening like the explanation, you can always refer the videos on YouTube and never forget to subscribe and like and share.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But, cos pi by 4 raised to 4 is.
See, while solving this integration, you have to catch the black sheep here. Otherwise, you will get zero. See, the theta is going from 0 to 2 pi. That has to be changed. Either you change that or you just integrate that separately and you have that as 2 pi. Okay, like I did here, 2 pi. I just integrate this theta d theta with respect to theta. I got theta and I applied the integral the limit. I got 2 pi, and this 3 is basically from this part. Okay, that rho square over 3. So I took that 3 outside. So if you do that, you no need to worry about about the symmetry, or you may get the answer as 0. Okay, because we are integrating theta separately here. Okay, otherwise you will get 0, right? Did you understand this solution?
Hmm.
Okay. So I'll be sharing this PDF file right now after the class. You can like complete the answer. Okay. So we stop here. We'll meet next time with the new topic.
Hmm.
That's my favorite.
This
Yeah.
use substitution only.
Uh, yeah, you can go for use
Yeah.
substitution. Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't get the answer. I'll try it again. I got the use substitution correct, but I didn't get the answer.
You
Next
didn't get the
class,
answer.
or maybe I'll send you a snapshot of
Yeah, yeah. You
uh,
can do that. Yeah. Fine. So
I
you
got the use of
hmm,
minus cos raised to 4 5 by 4. That's the use substitution.
might be
But
some calculation mistake.
my,
Please check that again. Okay. So when we'll meet next time, we'll start with the new
yeah.
topic. That's change of variable. Okay, Jacobian. Okay, we'll have Jacobian matrix and the Jacobian determinants. Okay, based on that topic, we have change of variable. Okay, bye bye. See you then.